How nitrogen narcosis affects scuba divers. As early as 1826, divers noticed that descent often resulted in the phenomenon of intoxication and euphoria. I am a certified scuba diver and have been researching the conditions of nitrogen narcosis. And today I'm going to share with you what nitrogen narcosis is, what it does, how to reverse it, and how to avoid it. Nitrogen narcosis is a change of consciousness and neuromuscular function caused by breathing compressed inert gas, primarily nitrogen. It has also been called depth intoxication. Traditionally, the gas involved in narcosis is nitrogen, and it is associated with dysfunction when scuba diving. According to Bartis in 1973, when air is breathed under enhanced atmospheric pressure, reliable but ill-defined pressure performance occurs on a variety of tasks. In 1935, Albert Benecke was the first one that discovered that nitrogen at a significant depth is what causes the intoxication effect on divers. Symptoms developed and increase as divers descend deeper into increased pressure. It does not relate to the amount of time that you are under the water. Effects of nitrogen narcosis range greatly among divers, with all divers becoming significantly impaired at depths around 196 to 230 feet. The development of symptoms usually begins at a depth of about 4 atmospheres or 132 feet if using compressed air. Symptoms that first appear are effects on higher functions such as judgment, reasoning, short-term memory, and concentration. It may feel similar to mild intoxication or an euphoric feeling. As pressure increases, as a diver descends deeper, symptoms of impairment in manual dexterity and further mental decline include hallucinations and eventually coma. This can lead to a fatality while diving due to the impairments while at depth. In a study, 18 divers were tested 4 times underwater, twice at 5 feet and twice at 100 feet. 3 tests were performed: digital copying, sentence comprehension, and manual dexterity. While tests showed a significant drop in efficiency at depth, in all 3 cases a drop was approximately the same when compared to the equivalent pressure in a dry pressure chamber. As a result shown that efficiency dropped between 7 to 9%, and for digital copying it was about 3 to 5%, and for manual dexterity it was 15 to 30 for sentence comprehension. Okay. Now that we have discussed the definition and symptoms of nitrogen narcosis, let's talk about how to reverse it. Or even better, how to avoid it altogether. It is a simple process to reverse the effects of nitrogen narcosis. Treatment involves the important first step of recognizing the symptoms by the diver or the diver's buddy while at depth. Symptoms will reverse completely within minutes of ascending. But if they don't, the dive should be aborted if the symptoms persist. It does not lead to any long-term effects or chronic issues. Narcosis can also be prevented in many ways. The easiest way includes limiting the depth of the dive. It is agreed upon that diving with compressed air in about 98 to 164 feet is the limits. For divers greater than 164 feet, it is common to use helium or helium nitrogen, also known as trimix, to be used as a alternative. Helium has not been shown to cause the effects of nitrogen narcosis at depth. A few other factors may have been shown to increase the risk of nitrogen narcosis and are best to avoid before a dive. This includes alcohol, fatigue, anxiety, and hypothermia. All right, today we have discussed nitrogen narcosis, the symptoms, and how to resolve or avoid it. Andrea Grind once said, "Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore." Just remember, when exploring the depths of the ocean, to watch out for the signs of nitrogen narcosis.